You know, if you've been around these old diesels, cleaning out these pre-chambers in preparation for installing new heat shields is a real pain to get down in there and clean the carbon and junk out of the seats underneath where the heat shield washer is going to go. But look, I've figured out to use these lint-free, larger size cotton swabs. They're lint-free swabs, but I make a little modification to them before I get in there and do this cleaning. Here you can see the one we've been working with, and they get pretty dirty. That probably cleaned about 2.5 pre-chambers. What I do is I use a long swab like this, but the rounded end doesn't really work that well. So you want to take and cut off about 1/4 inch off the end of the swab like that, so that it gives you a flat surface and some sharp edges so that you can get in there and get around the corners inside the pre-chambers. This makes a really great cleaning tool. You can see what a nice job this does. You know, the regular Q-tip, not so much because you really can't get into those corners up there, but I used about 5 like this one and they all came out that dirty, and I'm down to the final cleaning. And if you've done this job before, you know how hard it is to clean these out, get all the carbon and the oil and the crud out of there. Sometimes you'll have to scrape a little bit because of the carbon buildup. But there you have it. That's my favorite way of cleaning out the pre-chambers before installing the new heat shield washers. Now here's a tip when you're installing these. You don't want to get them upside down. They'll flip over if you try to do it by hand, but you want the curved side down. You can use a magnet and just stick it down in there like this, and that'll make sure it doesn't flip over. And then just using the back of the Q-tip, just hold down and pull the magnet out, and just make sure that all 5 of those are in there properly before you torque the injectors down. Now always use a torque wrench when torquing the injectors into the pre-chambers. That's thoroughly covered in all my instruction manuals and my information about rebuilding injectors. This is very critical because if you over torque them, you can cause problems with premature wear on your fuel injectors.